Happy 4th of July. It has been exactly 1 year since I started my YouTube channel, like a weirdo. And so we're going to do a garden tour before hopefully this thunderstorm rolls in and washes everything so I don't have to water it. That'd be awesome. Black currants. Blueberries are sad. It's okay. Carrots and broad beans. Broad beans, we had such a cool winter, or spring, a cool spring, and so they were super delayed, but I've been harvesting them, making full salads, more carrots, kales and cabbages, and then more carrots. I'm just succession sowing carrots all over the place, and then these are spinaches, and some beets. Hello beets that I forgot I put in there, not surprising. Parsley patch that has bolted and lost its mind. The pumpkin patch, which is just getting increasingly more ridiculous and impressive every day and trying to take over the world. And at some point, I will not be able to access this bed, I think, because I will be climbing over pumpkins. It's okay. This is the fennel that has gone to seed, which I'm letting it do so we can save the seed. I figured let it happen because I planted it and forgot to harvest it. I know chickens are hungry. So I'm going to harvest a bunch of the fronds and just save it to use as an herb. And yeah, I won't eat the bulb, but we'll let the seed head fully form and then we can save the seed. We put fennel in our Christmas sausage, so we can actually use the fennel from the garden in our Christmas sausage, which will be awesome. These beans that I planted have all come, most of them have come up now, so they're good. The onions are getting ready to be harvested. The ones falling, I've just been harvesting them for fresh eating, but I think we're pretty close to where they need to get pulled for storage. Hello, Mr. B. You are Mr. B. Our blackberries are getting close. The tayberries are already in. So we'll go over there. Getting the rest of the stuff out of this bed. There's some beets and turnips and parsnips will stay and take forever. So those will be harvested probably 2-3 months from now, and then cleaning out the carrots, and then we'll replant that with more root veggies since they did fine there. Yeah, this chaos has a cabbage white in it. Thanks, cabbage white. Nemesis in the protected, because it's not protected, but of course it's fine. There's turnips and radishes in there that are bolting that it can have. This probably needs to get watered for my bok choy. That Brussels sprout bolted, so I topped it, but it is setting little sprouts in the arms, which I don't know if you can see that, but it's setting sprouts. But hopefully those also haven't bolted, and we'll head up, but we'll see. If they did, it's fine. They were super early. There's no reason for me to have that. Broad beans covered in aphids. I sowed peas, which are starting to come up. A couple of these are Brussels sprouts. Some cucumbers, kohlrabi. We'll see. Melons and cucumbers in here with nasturtium. And I think... oh, this is a radish that bolted. That's fine. It's whatever. I'm just letting it be more wild. Sunflowers are still okay. Sweet potatoes are doing good. Those beets have recovered. Being attacked by birds. Onions and Brussels sprouts and carrots, because I just keep sneaking carrots in. Brassica bed is looking much better, except for these cauliflowers that are clearly being attacked by everything and anything in their power. It's fine. The mustard bed is almost fully died back and definitely starting to dry out and harden up. So we might have succeeded on this because I'm being patient. And I kept watering it so that it would fill up. But yeah, eventually this will all die back and turn brown, and then we can harvest the seeds for Christmas mustard. That was the plan. Strawberries, which now we're freezing these when the kids aren't here on the weekend. The pears are starting to form. Pumpkin nonsense! Pumpkin nonsense! And then this is my crookneck, like yellow. I think this is a pick and pick is the variety. And so that's happening. But just, I planted too many pumpkins here. And this bed, I'm not fertilizing. It's a new bed that I built that has chicken bedding on the base. And so it has more than enough nutrition, as you can tell by what is happening here. So yeah, these are the like faux hugel beds that I make. That corn is sad. That's a beetle I've never seen before, so that's fun. But yeah, that's a sunchoke that's just coming up. And these are the tayberries. They're a cross between a blackberry and a raspberry, and they are freaking delicious. They taste like jam, but you don't want to pick them until they're like dark, 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 almost black, purple. And we had the first 3 yesterday, and they are delicious. Yeah, I'm gonna eat this because I'm gonna eat this. They're so good. I'm ignoring the chaos over there because nothing's changed. Really, we got some tomato fruit set, but nothing really changed. Hey guys, yeah, you're a mess. I need to feed you. I see that. I'll get to you in a second. Yeah. The one surviving cauliflower. All the rest of them got eaten by birds. Some onions that are falling. Bolted spinach. Third planting of corn. A tomato sucker that I popped in here that is starting to flower. So that'll give us food. Smotron. I came through here and I harvested a bunch of these yesterday and put them up on a string. So I threaded them, but you want them to be like super, super red. Like this guy, probably tomorrow. So they're okay when they're white, but they get a really cool flavor when they're like this. They almost taste like candy. Yeah, it's weird. They're like strawberry candy. They don't taste like strawberries to me. But I'm preserving them for tea this year. So we'll see. Kohlrabi's that seen better days. This is my first planting of corn and is doing the best. And hopefully that means we will get corn. We'll see. It's pretty tall. Oh, we've got one tassel and no silks yet. So, we'll see. We'll see. Where are we? Chaos. I'm not going to uncover stuff because I don't think there's anything really impressive to show in there. This is complete and utter chaos in the best way. Now I'll need to water in here. Dill that's gone to seed, and aphids. And we have our first eggplants, which is awesome. This is cilantro that's going to seed. I'm just letting it. It encourages things to come in. Snack peppers. So many little snack peppers. But yeah, we're getting a bunch of fruit set in the greenhouse. And so this is like occasionally I'll shake them and occasionally like we'll get a little bit of wind in here. But this is just pollinators coming in and doing the job. There's typically bees in here. So many bees. This broccoli wasn't doing well, so I topped it. Hopefully it'll set off site shoots. These are colettes. So they're a cross between a kale and a Brussels sprout, and so you can see them forming in the nodes. So yeah, hopefully these will be good, and we will get lots and lots of food off of these. For now, I've just been pruning lower leaves underneath. This is just me not watering well enough, and so they're stressed out and not so happy. And then also we had like some bug damage, sweet 100s that are just losing their mind and taking over this. This is just my weird jungle. Yeah, and intermittently, like, there's basil and green beans and more peppers and stuff. And so, yeah, this is a San Marzano tomato, which almost all of them had blossom end rot, so I've been pulling them off, and then I think I was overwatering them, and so I've started to hold back, and since then, we're not having the blossom end rot problem anymore. I also fertilized this, so I don't know if it was because they needed to be fertilized. I don't know if it's because it was really cold when that original fruit set, or if I was just overwatering them, but we've fixed the problem, and now I'm getting really beautiful fruit set and some very large tomatoes. So hopefully, hey guys, cayenne peppers. So there's just some cayennes sitting here. I'm waiting for those to turn red, and then I'll harvest them. Oh, hello. That is slug damage. Well done to you, slug, making it all the way up here. More beans. I just keep popping beans in places. It's good. I think this is a cucumber that I foolishly planted in the middle of that. More cilantro. Like, it's just crazy. Kohlrabi that's bulbing up, so that will actually be food soon. And then I've just been planting beans in as I'm pulling plants out, so we hopefully get a nice bumper crop of beans and can preserve those for winter. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, no, I just got a bunch of like very silly things happening, and then creating jungles. My Armenian yard long back there is happy and taking over the world, and hopefully will create food for us. Oh, let's see what's happening here. I'm gonna put you where you're supposed to be. There we go. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's fine. Yeah, occasionally you gotta come through and just tell them where to go, because it's intense in here. This is a loofah, and then this is a melon, so we'll see. I've been seeing female blossoms, so maybe we'll actually get some. That's my ginger that I harvested some ginger last night and put in dinner, and then I also saved some, so I'm waiting for it to scab over and I'll replant it. This is a bell pepper. We've already harvested the first bell pepper from here. There's more snack peppers. This tomato plant is not happy, which doesn't surprise me because it's just with these. There's 3 pepper plants, some leeks, and a tomato in this bucket, and so I'm gonna end up snipping that out and probably harvest it and do something with the green tomatoes. But that's okay. And this is just Pepper Alley, and so this is a Poblano. And I've been harvesting these and using one of these and one of these snack peppers. We've already had 3 from that plant to make fool with the broad beans. Yeah, it's happening. Tomatoes starting to ripen, so that's good. I tried one of these ripened. One of these tomatoes ripened, and I tried it, and I didn't think the flavor was very good. So while it is very prolific in the small space, I don't actually like the taste of it that much, so I don't feel bad about pulling that out. I would rather have the peppers. This has some kind of evil demon pest and disease on top of it. This is what was happening to my beans too. So there's like spider mites or something just messing with stuff. And then this melon that is I forgot what they're called. Phasalis, ground cherries. I have another ground cherry under there as well that you can see is actually making a ground cherry in the shade. And then that's a thing of more ginger. It's an experiment to see if that works out. That side normally gets sun in the morning. What else? This is almost done too. It's starting to dry up. As soon as this dries, I can save the seed and cut this plant out. I need to water in here. These are Nona's beans that my friend Annie sent me in Seattle, or from Seattle. My friend Annie in Seattle sent me. So I think these are like family saved heritage beans, and I'm growing them in the greenhouse because those are special, and I don't trust Swedish summer to actually do what they need to without being in this kind of protection. So they're getting really tall and nice. These are the only runner beans that survived because we had late frost, or it's just been too cold for them outside. They didn't like it. And there is a yellow pear tomato in here that's just being trellised by the beans, which is kind of fun, and bananas. But yeah, I think this this melon plant, or whatever this is, because I don't even remember, is in trouble because of whatever got that pepper. So I'll probably need to pull that out. It's fine. This bed is just angry. That cauliflower is doing awesome, I think. Maybe, we'll see. I don't know. I also don't know that it's a cauliflower, but it is getting big and glorious, and we'll see if it does something. Celeriac that I used the stems as a celery replacement and put in soup stock yesterday. This bed is just angry and sad. That bed is complete chaos. Starting to get tomatoes on the fence line, which was the goal. I tried to rescue a plant from the grocery store and it just died, so it's fine. More cilantro bolting, which is good for the bees. Weird broccoli that I need to cut out and feed to the chickens. That'll be tomorrow. Another round of potatoes. These are terrible. I tried to replant the potatoes plants after I harvested them, and they're not doing good. So I'm going to cut them way back and see if they resprout. If they don't, it's fine. If they do, awesome. More potatoes. I do not know what is going on there, but it makes me medium concerned. I don't think I'm ever going to get artichokes here. It's okay. They probably need to go in ground and have a thing, but I think there's just ants building a colony up this plant, and that's a choice. Teeny tiny tomatoes on that little stem. Carrots, phasalis, ground cherries, pumpkin that is just being outcompeted by everything else in this bed, asking for nutrients. So I don't think we'll get anything from that, but it's okay because we have all the pumpkins in the back. Strawberry container with beans on top. Slug damage because, of course, potatoes I need to harvest. Just haven't had time to harvest. And the slugs are now coming for them, so that's not good. I need to take care of that. Salad that is also being attacked by slugs, with cucumbers underneath, and these are starting to set, which is awesome. But yeah, the idea was that I would train them up this handy dandy available trellis, right? Like, just use the trellis, kids. And then this one I'm just gonna let run wild and see what happens. It'll be fine. Carrots and kohlrabi with the pumpkin, corn and potatoes. This was a mistake. Potatoes were ready way before the corn was, so that's fine. We learn from our experiments. We don't do that again. That's a mistake. More tomatoes. I'm using the fence to keep this rose back. That makes sense, right? It's fine. But yeah, this is beautiful in chaos. This one has cucumbers coming all over the place, which is great. And then this is now the lettuce is being overtaken by the carrots I planted. I need to come out and harvest more raspberries. I harvested a bunch yesterday, but right now things are just ripening every day, so you have to come and pick them. Tractor, like every day, or you lose them, but they're super great. Those are very tasty. Chaos. That pumpkin's getting together. Tomatoes starting to get together. Beans I planted out are doing good. Ground elder, it's just a never-ending battle and a war. This kale that I planted out here is loving it. So, yeah, we should be good. This is another raspberry runner, more raspberry runners that I'm going to transplant out here. That one needs to get cut back because the top died. I tried to transplant that one out, but this spot, it's not happy. So I think there's just not supposed to be a plant there. That's the second one that's died in that place, which is fine. But I'm going to let these get a little bit more established and then transplant them out into the row, because the rest of them are doing okay. There is no reason this should be working. These tomatoes are growing in a tiny pot. The ones on the side and this giant monstrosity over here. But these are soldaki variety tomatoes, so they're supposed to be cool to plant outside. And the bees are loving the borage and the marigolds. I need to come out here and deadhead some stuff. But, yeah. Like, we're doing okay. Stuff is happening. This cilantro is hilarious, and I'm just letting it set seed, which now we have our own coriander, because that's awesome. And then if it drops seed in here, then I'll have volunteer cilantro. So that is fine. I have no problems with that. Like, I'm cool with that. These are coming along. There's 2 other squash plants in this bed that are way stunted because they're fighting the ground elder. But this is my hugel bed with a bunch of volunteer calendula, which that's a 3-head. That's triplets. That's fine. That's normal. But yeah, all the flowers in here are volunteers. And from last year. Yeah, volunteer dill. This is razor lettuce, so we'll get that out because that's no fun for anybody. And this is sow thistle. So you know the difference because it doesn't have spikes of death on it. So, like, I can lift that and not be sad. And apparently when I wasn't looking, this bed started to make fruit. So we need to start harvesting from this bed now too. So that's cool. Oh, okay. This bed might be making the best tasting berries of them all. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's a good strawberry. Oh, yeah. So this bed and the one in the back are really good. And those 2 experimental buckets over there suck. So I'm just going to get rid of those as soon as the beans finish, and throw them away. But yeah, you know it's good when the pests come after it. So, oh, yeah. Okay, I'm just throwing those in the driveway, which is probably a mistake because we'll probably get volunteer strawberries in the driveway next year, and my boyfriend will kill me, but that's okay. Look at this zinnia. This is the first time I've grown zinnias, and they do not disappoint. They're super pretty. There's only 2 right now. This one and this hot pink one over here. But they are so pretty. And just like this weird little pop of happy color that comes out of nowhere. My kids harvested peas and have a tendency to be a little rough with the plants, but that's okay. It's my garden. Nothing here makes sense. Forgot to harvest this little radish, and something got at it, which that's fine. These potatoes are getting close to harvest. Oh, sweet. This is a radish that I let bolt so that I could harvest the pods, because these taste like little tiny radishes. And they're less spicy. Ooh, still pretty spicy, but these are great for salads. So I need to come out and harvest these. You can also like stir fry them if they get a little older, and they're really tasty. Yeah. Woo! Sorry, I just got unduly excited about the prospect of little radish pods. So yeah, that's a thing that most people think is a fail, but I do that on purpose sometimes. Oh, those are really good. beets, mushrooms, the salad that if you don't pull it out by the roots, it will just regrow, because it will. Some beans that I planted in here. I believe these are rutabaga. So we'll see. But we've got a bunch of mushrooms coming up and some beans. And there is technically asparagus in here. That one I let fawn out. And oh, yeah, that celery has gone to seed. So it's too warm in here for the celery. So that's fine. I'll collect celery seed. We'll have that as a spice, which that's not a mistake. They actually don't sell celery seed here as a spice, so I smuggled some in from the US a couple years ago. This is a very old pea that I should have harvested, probably 2 weeks ago for this variety, and I have just now noticed it on the pot, or on the plant. It's a little starchy, but it's still good. Yeah. And then succession colettes, but they're getting attacked by slugs over here, which doesn't surprise me. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it short so I can feed these chickens and go make some breakfast. And I hope that you are enjoying your summer and that you're staying safe and cool in the places where you need to be cool and warm in the places where you need to keep warm. And I'm gonna give these to the chickens. Yeah. Good morning, guys. Thanks for watching.